So I've eventually arrived at my fifth and final hotel to review here in Lloret De Mar, Costa Brava. And it's the 4-star Hotel Chaime Park. It's actually spelt Z-A-I-N-E, but pronounced Chaime. Anyhow, I'm booked in for the one night up on the 4th floor in room 431. Now, I did arrive around about 12 o'clock. Sometimes the room is available, other times it's not. This one wasn't available until 10 past 3. Check-in is 4 p.m. Check-out is 10 a.m. They're really bad check-ins and check-outs. I did on this one only book the one night half board in a standard double room. I've gone for the very cheapest room for one reason. I could only pick half board as well, or breakfast, one or the other. So I picked half board even though I'm not going to be here for breakfast. The reason for that is because breakfast doesn't get served until 7:45 and I get picked up at 7:50. That's AM, by the way. So I'm not going to have time to have my breakfast. I knew this was going to happen. So that's the reason why I went for the cheapest standard room in this hotel. It is classed as a 4-star. Looking around, I'll let you decide if you think this hotel is a 4-star. As I said, I've had to wait till 10 past 3. Officially, you don't get in till 4. Let's have a look around. So right by the door you do have the card slot to activate the electricity, then you have the ensuite. Now, initial look at this room, there's not a lot of space. Quite a good sized bed, but not only is the room small, but you've got it on a corner, so the angle takes the room as well. I mean, I'm only here for the one night, it doesn't bother me, I'm here on my own. So there's enough space for me, but compared to the hotel that I've just left. But then again, the hotel I've just left is a lot more expensive. As I said, I did choose this hotel based on the price because I knew I wouldn't be getting the breakfast. Still looks nice and clean. Looks a little bit, I don't know, this decor looks very, I don't know, sort of like art decor to me type of thing. It does look nice. Do a shot from this side. I sort of like it, but I don't know, it's just... You've got to remember this is an inner city again. This is on the same road as the last hotel, but further up, and it is a lot smaller, this hotel. So you've got your case stand. Well, first of all, you've got your aircon. Now, the aircon was on, I had to turn it off because the room's freezing. It is raining outside at the moment. So the aircon does work. You've got your case stand, and then you've got this freestanding wardrobe. I mean, everything matches in the room. It is quite sort of like quaint. Quite a few blankets, your hangers, and we do have this drawer space down here. 4 little drawers and a safe with a lock on it. So you obviously have to pay for a key for that safe. I'll find out the price a little bit later on. And we got this tiny little corner desk. Literally can't do anything on it work-wise because there's not a PowerPoint anywhere near you. So realistically, you couldn't do anything on it. And that little chair. The bed is a fairly good sized bed. So it's quite a good sized bed. You've got your bedside tables built in. You do have your side lamps and your uplighters. Only one PowerPoint. Now, so far in this room, I can only see one PowerPoint. No, nothing else. Very small TV and that wall mirror. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. What do you think of this room? Let's do the bed check. I'll check this side. As you can see, it all looks nice and clean with your crease marks down the top cover. We do have the creases on the pillowcases as well, and there is a pillow protector on there as well. This is a top cover on top of a blanket. I haven't seen one of them for years. On top of a sheet. Now you can see the sheets, the crease marks, they're all fresh on. And then we do have the bottom sheet, again with your crease marks in. Do we have a mattress protector? Yes, we do have. Yes, I'm looking at that. That looks fine. Yes, that looks fine. Now, as I said, I did book this as a standard room with a balcony. I never picked any particular view. I never asked for a pool view or anything because of the price. As I said, the price is very low for two people, half board. I had a little look at the balcony. I don't think a lot of people are going to like this. So you've got this sort of like wooden shutter that locks at the bottom down there. But it pulls across, and then you do have a sliding door as well. But this is the balcony. Not a lot of room and not a lot of sunshine either. Two chairs, a little table, but this is the balcony. It seems to be on this corner. I've noticed most of these balconies are tiny little balconies there. Security wise, wouldn't take 2 minutes to hop over that, but they are tiny. That one in the corner looks even tinier, and it's the same that way. It's just the shape of this hotel. It's a really weird shape, this hotel, because it's on the corner. But there again, the size of your balcony. I've had a quick look in the bathroom. It's tiny again. Obviously the prices you're paying, if you want to pay a cheap price, then you're going to get a cheap accommodation. I don't really see how they class this as a 4-star. I did say it was small, so you haven't really got a lot of room. Your sink, you've got a little bit of a soap dispenser, the hairdryer, you do have a PowerPoint, cardboard cups again, and it's really a tight squeeze here to get through. Your toilet, it's okay. And then the shower cubicle. Again, a dispenser on the wall. Plenty of towels. And you do have the rain head and the handheld. Looks okay. Looks okay to me. But even if I go this way, you can see there's not really a lot of room. I'm trying to show you from a long angle, but it's hard to do. Now the thing is, I might sound like I'm pulling the hotel. Personally, from what I can say, I wouldn't class this as 4-star. It's the price again. I keep saying the price. When I tell you the price, you're going to realise how cheap it is for 2 people to stay. And we are now, at the date of the recording of this video, we are on the 2nd of May. So we're into the season now. And it is for a night for 2 people half board. Again, I'll keep telling you, I'll tell you the price at the end of the video. Let's have a look around the rest of the hotel. Back from my evening meal, what do I think of the 4-star Hotel Chimey Park here in Lloret De Mar? I've just said I'm back from my evening meal and I'm doing the review. The reason for that is because I have booked half board, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to have the breakfast because tomorrow is travel day back home to Liverpool. Breakfast is served from 7:45 in the morning. I get picked up at 7:50 for my flight. So I'm going to miss the breakfast. But I have just been told by the reception that they will put a packed lunch together for me. Don't know what that will involve, but they'll put something together for me to take to the airport. Now the hotel itself, 4-star. I've stayed in, I think, 4 other 4-stars here, if I'm right. I've lost track of the hotels. And they've all varied, but this is definitely not. I wouldn't class this as a 4-star. It's a very small hotel. The facilities here are very limited, I would say. But I've said all along in the video the price. So the hotel itself, I arrived around about 12 o'clock, but I couldn't check in till just after 3. Check-in normally is 4 p.m. and check-out is 10 a.m. I don't understand hotels that do that. The very late check-in, very early check-out. But this hotel does that. The reception, they've had a changeover reception staff now, and every member of staff have been really nice. That's the thing I can say about this hotel. They make you feel welcome. Nothing is any sort of problem to them. They'll help you with everything. I've just been down, and that's how I found out I'm going to get a packed lunch to take with me for breakfast. Right, the hotel, I came up to the room 431. I did book only a standard double room with a balcony, half board. Obviously, I'm not going to have half board, but the option was either B&B or half board. Now, if I'd have done B&B, I wasn't going to get the breakfast. So I did the half board so I could show you at least some food. Came up to the room. It is a standard room. It's a basic room. It looks dated to me. It gives me that feel. It's like Art Deco furniture type of style. You can just see the wear and tear of the years through it. It is a standard room, as I said. Very, very small room, very compact. And then, as I said, I booked it with a balcony. Now, that, I wouldn't call that a balcony. It's about the size of a utility room. The view is into basically other people's apartments, and the security on that balcony, there isn't any, because the wall is only about this high and you could just pop over into the next balcony. It's literally 7 foot by 3 foot wide, the balcony. It's ridiculous, and the chairs are all pointing towards the wall, not actually out. So it doesn't serve its purpose, that balcony. TV, no signal on the television at all for any channel. I have tried and tried and tried. Well, as you can see from the TV, no signal on any channel at all. Internet, straight onto the internet. And when I arrived this afternoon, I did jump into the shower, plenty of hot water. Again, this room is so small. I think because I booked a double room and I'm on my own, they put me into like the smallest cupboard, basically. I think if there was 2 people staying, they might have got a different room. I got that feeling that because I'm on my own, they've shoved me into this tiny little angled room. I've had that before when I've been on my own. They shoved me behind the lifts in like a cupboard with just a single bed in. That was years ago. Anyhow, there's no space in that bathroom. Once you open the door virtually opens without hitting this, just about opens without hitting the sink. And then you've got that narrow little walkway. I mean, if anyone had any sort of disability, they wouldn't be able to work in that bathroom at all. I'm pulling the hotel to bits at the moment, but it's what I can see. Facilities downstairs, you just have your little reception area, you have a little bar area. Now, the bar area isn't actually, it's the hotel, but it seems to be a cafe on the road. So the clientele are all coming in off the street into it. It doesn't feel like a hotel feel. Like when you're in the hotel, you've got your own bar. This bar is wide open to the street. And the cafe, it's like a cafeteria, stroke the bar. It's the only bar in the hotel. It just doesn't feel like a hotel. Pool, you've got that pool downstairs, which is the main pool. Very, very small area again. And I was told there was a gym that you could use. Well, the gym looks like it's in a bike shed through some railings. I found the gym. I think this is the gym behind these gates. It looks like it. And there was a roof terrace which I went up, and with 2 pools. Well, the 2 pools, I'm sorry, are like dog baths. They're tiny. They're literally tiny. I don't know what you're supposed to do in them. Well, you can see on the pictures, I don't know what you're supposed to do in them pools. 4-star, definitely not. I don't know how they got the rating for 4-star. Now, the evening meal, I must admit the food was quite nice. I was surprised. I was dreading the food, to be honest with you, based on what I found about with the hotel. But the food, it's been up there. It wasn't too bad, the food. As I said, it's an inner city. It's built right into the main road of Lloret going down to the beach. Similar, it's on the same road as the other 2 hotels that I've done, the Helios and the Flamingo, but they're on a different class to this, and they're 4-star. and this is 4-star. I'm sorry, no way. The safe again, it's a key operator safe with a charge of €5 per day. Now, the one I was in yesterday was a 4-star hotel with a free safe, tea and coffee and everything in the room, with a VIP pass to use a rooftop terrace. This has got a rooftop terrace, nowhere near in comparison. So it's €5 a day for the safe, and as you can see in the video, there's no kettle, no tea, no coffee, no nothing. But I booked this hotel based on the price because I knew I was up early and gone. So I didn't want to pay for a very expensive hotel to not actually use it. So the price that you need to know, I could only book this hotel based on 2 people staying. So the price I'm going to give you is for 2 people staying for the one night in this same room or similar room. Standard double room with a balcony, well, if you can call it a balcony. 2 people, half board for one night was £82. Now, that's for 2 people. So you're only talking £41 per person. Now, if you're here on a little break, 4 nights or something like that, £41 a person, half board. You could probably put up with this. You've got a pool, you've got the roof, sun terrace, but I couldn't stay 2 weeks in a room this size. Absolutely ridiculous. So the price was the reason why I went for it. I went right down to the standards. It was a standard room with a little balcony. I didn't think it'd be that small, but for £41 each, as I said, I had to book it for 2 people. You can't book it for a sole occupancy. I think it's okay for the price. It's a shame I can't have the breakfast, but I'm probably going to get a little packed lunch with a cob and a bit of cheese or something like that, and a bottle of water and somebody else thrown in probably. But at least they're doing a little bit of a gesture. I could have just left without them offering that service. So tell me what you think. Have you stayed at this hotel? The Hotel at Chimey Park here in Lloret De Mar. I think everyone's going to say exactly the same as me. It might have a 4-star rating, but it definitely doesn't look like a 4-star hotel. And based on that price for 2 people, I wouldn't say it was a 4-star hotel, because as I said, this is the 5th 4-star hotel I've stayed in Lloret De Mar in this series, and none of them have been anywhere near that price. Tell me what you think. Would you like to stay here? Do you like the look of this room? Do you like the look of that balcony? Is that bathroom big enough for you? No TV, doesn't even work. €5 a night for your safe. I don't know. The price is the reason why I booked it. I think £41, you wouldn't get anything in the UK for £41 each for a night half board. Tell me what you think. I've had to do this video now at this time of night because I am now going to jump in the shower again, go to bed, because I need to be up round about 6 o'clock in the morning to make sure I'm up for my flight back to the UK. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, a like, a share, of course, hit that notification bell. Unfortunately, this is the last one from Lloret De Mar for now. I may be back, I'm not sure. As I said, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video somewhere else in the world. Where it'll be, you'll have to wait and see. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.